So, it's been a while since I've made a video. It's probably time for me to make another one. So today, this is going to be quite a lot shorter than the other videos because I'm going to teach you about bishops. Now, bishops can only move diagonally. So if they're on one square, one coloured square, they will stay on that colour for the end of the game. They can never ever move to another colour. So let's just see an example of how the bishop moves. So we play 1e4, and then we go bishop c4. And that attacks f7, the f7 pawn, which, as I'm sure you'll figure out later on, is a very important pawn. I mean, this is going to be really short, so I mean, we might as well do a video about the queen, while we're at it, because otherwise it's just going to be too short. As I think I've said before, a knight is worth 3 points, bishop is worth 3 points, a rook, like the one on h1 or h8, is worth 5 points, and the queen is worth 9 points. So let's discover why the queen's worth so much, right? Okay. So this queen on here, on d5, can move diagonally, and it can also move up and down the board in whatever direction it wants, and however many squares it wants. So essentially, this queen here, that is covering excuse me, 14 squares across and above. So like, it could go to 4 squares on the D file. No, 7 squares on the D file. 7 squares on the on the 5 line, and it can also go all across this long diagonal here. 7 squares that way, and 7 squares that way, and 6 squares that way. So it's a pretty powerful piece, really. I mean, in total, that's 13 plus 14, which is I can't really count, but I think it's about 20 or 21 anyway. So a huge distance it can cover, and that means that like all of these kind of black, like say we had a black queen here, couldn't go to f3 or d4 or f5 or d2 or c5, because it would just be taken. So it manages to actually restrict this, or for that matter, g2. Yeah, it couldn't go to any of those. It actually manages to restrict the mobility quite significantly. And when I do the next video, we'll do a video about check and checkmate. And I just want to show you, yeah, I mean, this is just obviously checkmate because the queen's controlling all of that file. So on the next move, if there was a next move, it would just be taken. So yeah, I mean the queen's pretty powerful. You never ever want to lose your queen, unless, you know, I mean, well, it's just, yeah, I mean, you just don't really ever want to lose your queen. I mean, especially in the beginning stages. And another piece of advice I'll give you: never ever. You'll often see a lot of beginners do this. And then they get their queen out before any other piece gets out, which I think is just stupid because the queen's so valuable, it will just get attacked straight away. And you know, I mean, if the computer could have done bishop g4, and then the queen could go back to its original square, and it kind of like be sort of chased about. So yeah, I mean, it's a good piece of advice to always try and make your queen, unless, you know, certainly while you're getting familiarised with the game, to not get your queen out too early. There are exceptions, of course, but generally it's just not a good idea. I've actually covered promotion before. But let's just have, you know, let's just demonstrate what happens just to go over this again. You know, when a pawn reaches the end of the board, it can become any piece it wants, and because the queen is the most powerful, it will usually become a queen. Won't become a bishop, because as we will see later, king and bishop against king can't win. So generally not a good idea unless there are other pieces on the board and it could do that. Anyway, sorry, I'm just fooling around now, but we'll do a video on check and checkmate, and you'll learn the move of the final piece, the rook, next time, because we're going to do a thing about the king. yeah, or should. This is a topic for the next video, I think. So, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, sorry for that little thing at the end. Alright, bye.